In this video, I'll be telling you basic facts about the eye, how we're able to see, the parts of the eye, and two medical features of the eye. Now, the eye is an asymmetrical sphere around 1 inch in diameter. To be able to see, light is needed. This is because light rays are reflected off an object enters the eye through the cornea, and the amount of light is controlled by the pupil. Now, the light rays will then go through the lens, the ventral body, and then onto the retina. Now, at the retina, it reacts to the incoming light and converts it into electrical signals, which are sent to the brain through the optic nerve. Now, an interesting fact is that when the light rays are focused onto the retina, the image is actually upside down. So when the retina actually sends these electrical signals to the brain reverses the image, so we're able to see the image the way it should be. Now, we'll go for the parts of the eye now, and we'll start with the parts that we can see. The iris is the colored part of the eye, and it controls the amount of light that enters the eye through narrowing or widening the pupil. The wider the pupil is, the more light that enters, and the more narrow it is, the less light that enters. The diameter of the pupil also changes depending on how near or distant an object is when we're focusing on it. So the nearer the object is, the more narrow the pupil is, and the diameter of the pupil actually increases when focusing on distant objects. The other part that can be seen is the cornea. The cornea is this clear dome-shaped tissue that covers the front of the eye. And then we have the sclera, which is the outer membrane of the eye and also known as the white of the eye. It covers the optic nerve at the back of the eye and also protects the more sensitive parts of the eye, such as like the retina and the choroid. The last part that you can see is the conjunctiva. The conjunctiva is a mucous membrane that covers the sclera and lines the visible part of the eye and the inside of the eyelids. Now we're going to talk about the parts of the eye that cannot be seen. The first thing we have is the choroid. Choroid is a layer within the sclera that consists of many blood vessels. These blood vessels provide nourishment to the retina and to the back area of the eye with oxygen and nutrients. Then we have the lens. The lens are located right behind the cornea and is the part of the eye that focuses the light rays onto the retina. It also allows us to change our focus according to different distances. Then we have the retina. The retina is a series of light-sensitive cells located around that lines the eye, and it reacts to the incoming light and converts it into electrical signals, which are then sent to the brain. Now, in the middle of the center of the eye, there is the ventral body. In the ventral body, there is ventral liquid. It's a liquid called ventral humor, and it's a liquid that is clear and very thick. It's mostly water, and it gives the eye its shape and form. Then we have the optic nerve. The optic nerve consists of 1 million nerve threads and is a nerve that receives signals from the photoreceptor cells of the retina and sends it to the brain. Now I'll be talking to you about the two common eye conditions, nearsightedness and farsightedness. Nearsightedness, also known as myopia, is when people have difficulty seeing objects that are farther away and can clearly see objects that are near. Now this is caused when the eyeball is too long for the lens or when the cornea is too curved. This causes that the incoming light to be focused to the front of the retina instead of directly on it. Then we have farsightedness, also known as hyperopia. Hyperopia is when people can see objects at distance more clearly than objects that are more near towards them. This happens when the eyeball is too short for the lens, when the cornea is not curved enough, or when the lens sits farther back in the eye than it's supposed to. Now this causes the incoming light to be focused behind the retina instead of directly on it.